Hello, this is Tatsunami, and I just have to say thank you so much for a incredible 2023 in terms of all of your support within my content this past year. This video is going to be a bit of a genuine, however, sort of improvised kind of one, but don't fret, don't worry, it has nothing to do with me quitting or anything like that. But there is a couple things I wanted to address, or, well, one major elephant in the room, I should say, going forward. But either way, hopefully we can go into this new year of 2024 with great content up ahead. So back earlier in this year, I was doing my own thing on this channel, of course. I was doing visual novel stuff and Danganronpa fan games and, all the stuff that I was doing up until that point. But I just had an urge to want to play a Fire Emblem game once. And I had been playing Blazing Blade on the side in my own time, just out of... I suppose it was just a genuine drive to get back into the series, and I thought the Game Boy Advance ones might be a good place to jump back in, I suppose. And so I ended up uploading that first episode of Blazing Blade, it was just a snowball effect from there. Follow 8 found my video, complete coincidence, in his recommended, and he shared it into his Discord channel, and all of that, and here we are today, I guess, all those months after, and I genuinely cannot, begin to express how much I appreciate all of your comments. Whatever it is, even if it was just helping me out in a Fire Emblem game, or just, just talking about your own opinions or whatever. Like, if I got a notification, it always did make my day, and hopefully we can, continue to do that, and I do my best to respond to absolutely everything when I can, so I will continue to do that. However, during all of this midst of, I suppose, this sort of like, talking about these little happinesses, right, of going through this YouTube channel and enjoying these, basically just interacting, and it's kind of like this. I feel like YouTube videos, in a sense, you record them, you edit them, you put them out, and then someone might comment if you're lucky enough, or whatever, and then, that's kind of like the cycle of fulfillment, right? It's very short term in that regard. But in the midst of all that, I was kind of blinded by all of the, I suppose, those, like I said, those small happinesses, which I really do appreciate. But during that period throughout this year, I suppose, I was neglecting my own personal work, basically. I'm not talking about YouTube, I'm not talking about my jobs that I do in order to get money. I'm talking about my personal projects. In particular, I'm talking about my aspirations and my goals of writing web manga. That has always been my thing. I've been doing it for the past 7 years, and I've gotten to this stage where I really feel like I'm gotten to this point where I can actually see myself get to a certain level, and it really does feel like I'm finally dipping my toes into the door, I suppose, is the best way to put it. But in the midst of all those videos, I've noticed that I was not putting in enough time with that, and I came to the realization at one point that I am 24 at this point, and if I do want to write these stories that I have in mind, and these narratives that I really want to put out there, and go like, these are my, like, everything I've made about this is original, like, there's a sort of specialness to that. And if I really wanted to do that, and I really wanted to do it all the way to the end, I'm gonna have to step my game up. So basically, I decided that next year, in 2024 in particular, I really want to do my best to kind of make this into my, I'm not going to call it my second job, per se. I don't see myself making any income on this anytime soon, but if I can put as much effort into these personal projects as my own, not as my own, but as my work and stuff that I need to do to actually survive, and kind of make a good balance of that, well, unfortunately, what ends up happening is I don't have enough time to do daily uploads on this channel, and that's not necessarily to do with the recording. The recording's not an issue at all. It tends to be the editing that I don't enjoy. And I thought long and hard. I mean, like, live streams could be a thing, but it's not particularly my style, and I don't think my internet will hold up either. And so I think what I can promise you guys going into this next year is, first of all, don't worry at all. I am completely enjoying all the stuff I make on here, and I really do enjoy interacting with you all. But in a realistic stance, just think, and I've thought about this over and over, but I think what I can promise you all is that I will deliver at least 3 videos a week. That is my absolute promise that I can give you. I've tried it towards the end of this year. I mean, this past week has been a bit hectic with all the end-of-year stuff going on in terms of, work or celebratory stuff with friends and whatnot. But with every other week, if I have tried to do at least 3 videos a week. So far, I did the Community Shuffle Pokemon Sapphire stuff, the Shadow Dragon with a follow, and then I did a Path of Radiance, right? If for the bare minimum, I can absolutely do 3 videos. I've already calculated it. However, there's also going to be some time where I have downtime, whether that means I have less work in terms of my work I do in order to, earn money, or if I'm just in a state where I don't need to draw as much. Then I can clearly do a little bit more. And I think going forward, if you guys can just expect 3 videos a week, and maybe I'll spread them out throughout the week or something like that, every 2 days or something, so it's a little bit less clumped together and there's less breaks in between. And then that way we can all, continue on with some of these projects and some of these games that we've really been enjoying, both me playing and you guys seem to be enjoying watching, so... Basically, that's about it in terms of the updates going into 2024. I am absolutely loving the momentum that this channel has gained. And, in the past I have enjoyed, not enjoyed, but like I've experienced, consistent communities on other channels and stuff like that. However, I really do think you guys are such an amazing bunch when it comes to, if I ever need anything in terms of little tidbits of, like if I'm lost at a certain point of a game or not understanding the mechanics, you guys seem to have really helped me out at any given point, and it's amazing. It really is. But yeah, I think going forward, here's the other thing as well. I really want to play Persona 3 Reloaded in February, I think it is. Simply because Persona 3 was one of the teenage games that I grew up playing, and so I think I'm going to get really, sort of emotional or hype over seeing all these things that I haven't seen in so long. So I don't entirely know how that's going to fit all in. I know for a fact that, Shadow Dragon with a follow is definitely going to be a weekly thing, and I do want to do the Pokemon Sapphire thing because that is such an amazing community thing, of course, and then Path of Radiance being the main one. So those are going to be the main 3. I might be able to squeeze a 4th upload in with the Persona at some point when that comes out, because I definitely do want to play that. And then when it comes to some of the games I haven't finished off, I haven't dropped any of them, as in I do want to get around to them at some point, but they'll all be the low priority stuff where I'll play it at some point, I guess. Things like Pokemon Violet, things like Angels of Death, of course, maybe even Hoshinangi. And then, stuff like the Hashino Tsurugi manga for Fire Emblem that I really do want to explore. I do have all those volumes. However, I do know for a fact that that's going to take a bit of time to edit. So... maybe if we can do that like once a month or something. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you so much for this amazing year, and hopefully you guys can join me for next year as well. Of course, if you want to keep up to date with all the stuff I do, with all the personal manga stuff that I do and all that, is there a Twitter link in my description usually? I don't think there is. I might put that in. This is so junk. I might put that in the description if you want to go check me out, then by all means. But yeah, TLDR, going into next year, 3 uploads a week at least. That's what I'm going to be trying to do. So yeah, hopefully y'all can join me for all that greatness coming up ahead. So yeah, let's make 2024 an amazing one. Hope to see you all in the new year. Bye bye.